what exactly happens when we run that particular application onto this browser. Okay. So now you see this index.html file. Okay. So when you run the, so you must be aware that when we run an application, we have to have some an HTML page or HTML file, right? You agree with this particular part?
Yes.
Good. So now when I run this particular application, what it does is it will run this particular HTML page, index.html page. Okay. So now what I'll do is, so you just read this part and what you understand with this particular part. So can you please let me know? I mean, what you understood with this particular, what it will render if I run this particular Angular application, what it will show in the browser.
It is connecting. It is initiating the content. Okay, the type of image and and the title of the app and also the body of the app.
Good.
It will render the body of the app and then it will generally produce a basic output how we want to have our application or web application.
Okay, fine. So now I'll run this application and you'll see what exactly it is rendering. Okay. So, so what is coming in your mind? Like what page or what it will show when I run? What kind of what components it will have? Like buttons or some sidebars or something like that. You have some picture in your mind when I run the application. What it will show? Are you? Can you guess or can you do this thing?
No, can you go ahead?
Okay, fine. I'll run this application and then I'll explain you what exactly it happens. Okay, and why we do this kind of thing. So for which purpose? So you'll come to know. Okay, so now when I'm compiling this application, I'll fire this command ngserve. So please write it down this command ngserve command.
Yeah.
Have you noted down?
Yes.
Good. So when we whatever changes we are done, so we can fire this ngserve command, and it is not like that you have to fire it each and every time. Okay. Once you fire an ngserve command, and after that you do any kind of changes, like you change any button or something like that, you just save the things and it will start compiling again. So you don't need to fire ngserve each and every time. Okay. So now, see, it is compiling all this application, all this Angular anime. It is compiling this thing. So it will take approximately 1 or 2 minutes to compile all this in folders. It compiles for the first time all the components. So it checks whether we have any problem in our packages or something like that. Then it will give us some error, and if any packages it is not working, then it asks us to reinstall or modify the particular packages. So, Dinkar, in which platform you are working right now?
Platform.
Yeah, I mean, are you working in some language? Or are you working as a software developer? What you are working? I
No,
mean, which organization?
no. For my designation is software developer.
Okay,
I am
and which? Yeah, you're working in which platform? I mean, Java, PHP, or uh, in which platform you're working?
comfortable with Python and JavaScript actually.
Okay, but in your organization, working in Python and Java.
Python and JavaScript.
Okay, you're working in Python. Great. How many experience you have in Python?
Uh, I am actually a fresh graduate student. Actually, I have what I should say,
Okay,
knowledge which I have used. Python I have used for 2 years in my masters, so I'm
great,
comfortable in
great.
Python.
Okay, okay. So you have done your graduation in India or in States? You have done your graduation
In states actually.
in States. Great. Okay. See, now it is compiling the application. So it compiles each and every folder, every JS files. Okay. So you are saying it compiled successfully without any errors. Okay. So now how we can check with the application, and now we want to check with the application how we will see the things, right? So in this line it is saying your live development server listening to this port number localhost 4200. Okay, so what you have to do is just copy and paste in here in the browser. You can just copy and paste it, hit enter. Okay, so this is my title of my app. So this is the page it is showing.
Okay.
So did you imagine that in that index HTML page you will able to see all these parts?
Yes.
Have you imagined this thing?
Yes.
How come? I mean, how you thought that these are the things must be present? I mean,
There is a body
in which
mentioned
part?
over there, right in the HTML file.
Great, good. Okay.
App and app
You are
root.
absolutely correct. Yes, absolutely correct. So this is the app root body. It contains that particular app root tag. Okay. So now what it is app root tag? Okay. You must have this question in your mind, right?
Okay.
Okay. So this is the app root tag. So this is the application folder. So this is a component, the basic components. Okay. So when and every you create an application, you have some default component like or in .NET, or if you create an MVC framework or entity framework, you have default register component, controller or home controller. That is the basic controller. It is already present. So in this also app root is a basic component which is already present when you create new application. Okay, so then index HTML. So this is the beauty of this application. You don't need to write all these components in a single HTML file. Okay, you can view the components which is written in different pages. Okay, so this uproot this tag, the whatever we are showing in this we are seeing in this particular form, it is written in different HTML page, and we are able to access that HTML page in our index HTML page. Okay,
Okay.
okay. I'll show you this page. So whatever you are able to see in browser, is written over here. Okay, I'll just minimize. So it is written every the style sheet. Firstly, it mentions all. It is a by default page or a component from Angular. When you create a new application, we have this page or more component by default. Okay. So this is the thing you have, whatever you are able to see, these are the things you have written in this particular thing. So now what is this app root? Okay, still this question is not answered. So in this particular, you're not able to see any app root part or any app root this thing. So if you see, copy, control C and control V, and if I try to find this app root over this particular thing, nothing, no results, right? So how it will come to know that this app root is calling this HTML page? Okay, the answer is this is the TypeScript file. Okay,
Okay.
so what it does when we call an uproot tag or uproot selector in our HTML page, what it does, it checks firstly with the TS file. That TS file is nothing but a TypeScript file, and it is similar as JavaScript file. Okay, there is nothing difference in TypeScript and JavaScript. Only a few or small changes, syntax changes are there in JavaScript and TypeScript. Okay, so this is the component we are declared in this particular TypeScript file. Okay, and this component is covered under this package, import package. So Angular core is we have this component module. Okay, so what we do is we declare this in component, we declare this selector, and we give this name as a app dash root name. And what its selector does is when I this when I put this selector into any other page, not in this particular index.html page, if I can generate any other component, and if I call that particular page on that particular selector, it will check with this template URL which URL it is calling. It is check this particular thing. Okay, so now when this index.html, when it checks with this selector app.root, it check with this, it find app.root in this app.component file, and what it redirects to, it redirects to this app.component.html page. Okay, and which is this one. This is the app.html page. So it will render this particular HTML page, right? And what are the style sheets are present in this particular, it will apply these style sheets or whatever this format over here. Okay, so now what I will do is I'll remove all this code. Okay, I'll say control A, control X. Okay, I'll put it somewhere in notepad. Okay, so it will be safe right now. So now I'll write any heading. Okay, H1, this is my first app. Done. Okay, fine. Now we were in terminal. Okay, so we fire this ngsoft command. Okay, it will compile code again, because earlier I closed the terminal, so I have to create, I have opened another terminal, so I have to fire this ngsoft again. So once, when after running this command, we'll see the output what exactly it shows. Okay, so you are cleared with this particular thing, or you are confused, or do you have any queries and doubts?
No, I'm fine with it.
You are fine with it, right? Okay. So the port is already in use. So okay, I'm to see this is the changes I have done. Okay, so are you able to see this change?
Yes.
Okay, so and what is the change that I have created this change? Okay, so if I say this is my second app, I will say control S. See this, right?
Okay.
It is accepting the changes, correct? So
Yes.
now, the question arises with the security part. If you know run any application like Google also, when you inspect the element, we'll able to see what is happening in background or which file it is calling. Okay.
Okay.
For example, if I say google.com, okay, so we also concerned about the security of the application. As you are a developer, so you are concerned about the security. Okay.